So with the careers, as we're talking about AI, accounting being an example there, what would you say are future careers that people should be looking into right now that are going to be booming in the next 10 to 15 years?
I mean, anything that has to do with AI prompt engineering and on things that currently exist, it's about figuring out what is never going to change in human nature and what are the things that AI can't replace. And you want to position yourself because the things that AI can't replace will have a premium. So I focus right now on things that have to do with human interaction and people, right? So with Capital Club, for example, we get together every couple weeks in different places of the world. We're getting together here in London. I think there's about 75 entrepreneurs from all over the world flying in at a private club. That has a lot of value because people meet online, but then they cement relationships in person. Is this going to be disrupted by AI in the near future? No. In fact, people are going to crave real interactions because you don't know what is going to be real or what's going to be fake online in the next 20 years.
Yep.
Half of the articles right now that we see popping out are already written by AI.
Yep.
Half of the scripts that the YouTubers use, they're using AI prompts to help them. So how much of it is actual real original thought? Not a lot. People are going to crave human attention, human interaction, authenticity. So that's the area that I'm focused on. Anything that has to do with services, I think physical services are going to absolutely boom. If you can incorporate AI to facilitate your ability to work, I think you're crushing. Electricians, plumbers, landscaping, they're going to do extremely well. I don't see AI replacing them. I see all these robotics now enhancing the job and enhancing the experience and facilitating the ability to monopolize bigger markets. So for the people that have soft skills and understand human interaction and aren't robots, they're going to be harder to replace. If you are accounting, right? If you are math, certain sciences, you're going to enter a situation whereby you're going to be competing with the most intelligent computer in the world for answers. People go to the doctor for what? Answers. What if I just submit myself to an entire body scan, have an AI read everything about me and tell me what is right, what is wrong? What are people going to trust more? Where's the accuracy?
Yeah.
The second leading cause of death in the United States is medical malpractice. So medical malpractice is one of the biggest causes of death in the United States. So this is a real concern. It's not that it's imaginary. Like, it's the numbers. They aren't human error is real. I just saw a commercial of, not a commercial, I saw a video, a guy driving to Taco Bell, full automation, right? You click a button, you get your meal, you go forward, hits a tube, the tube comes down, no interaction with people, you get your food and you dip.
Yep.
The only guy that's working is the guy that's making the food back in the back.
Yeah.
One day that person will be replaced. But look how many people have been removed from the process. I could run a fast food place with a couple people. I've cut out a ton of jobs. So those people are without jobs because they need skills that are irreplaceable, which is one of the keys to making money. I talk about it in other places. But that to me is what people need to be thinking about. Irreplaceability.
There's a rare set of people like yourself, right? And I've been fortunate enough to interview some of them, people that come to my mind straight away, people like Andrew Tate, Iman Gaji. Obviously, we've met before and we've had conversations before, which is sweet as well. And everyone's got different backgrounds. So I want to use this time to kind of understand Luke Belma as a kid, your upbringing, and what was life like for you well, you grew up in Argentina, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it like there?
I mean, yeah, farm town in Argentina. Thankfully, my parents let me go or put me in English school, so I was able to develop my English language, my English skills. So in the morning time, we would go to English school. In the evening time, we would go to Spanish school. So develop there. Age of 16, $200 in a suitcase. Came to the United States. Started pressure washing basketball courts, flipping pizzas, flipping Buffalo Wild Wings. Yeah, doing anything that I could to make money. The year's 2016, and I'm waiting tables. I'm working in Washington, D.C., and this is when people are looking at Robinhood, the application, and they're like, whoa, now the normies can trade and play this thing. This thing looks fun. Yep. And this guy is telling me about the stock market and day trading. And then he mentions Bitcoin. And he's like, yeah, there's this thing called Bitcoin, digital money, whatever. You should buy some, $588. So I buy my first Bitcoin. I didn't think about it much.
Did you buy the full Bitcoin?
Yeah, it was like 2.5, maybe 3 Bitcoin, something along that line.
Okay, yep.
It was a couple $1,000s on a credit card. Wasn't much. The point is, it got me into the digital space. I started studying Bitcoin. I experienced the first bull run of 2017, 2018. My portfolio did 160x. I lost it all. I was like, whoa. Okay, so I had some money. I was working a job. I put it into crypto. I had some clients. I was starting to build some momentum. And I did well with this crypto thing. Maybe it'll happen again. But I need a new avenue to make money.
Okay, so quick question. Sorry to cut you off there, but was you studying Bitcoin and what it's going to do, or was it by luck?
It was merely thinking about, hey, this thing is going to do well. It's going to make money. Decentralized, hodl. The first cycle nerd, right? The guy that sees it, understands that it's cool, but doesn't understand it. They see it, but they don't understand it. They want to participate. Most people last one cycle because they're really uninterested. If you last a second cycle, you get seasoned. And if you last a third cycle, I think that's where the opportunity lies. So during the first cycle, I got wrecked. At the top, I pulled a loan from the bank. Terrible, right? And I was like,
to put money into crypto?
Put money into crypto.
Yep.
But this was at the top. And I was like, fuck, this is terrible. I need to make more money. So at the time, I was flipping Instagram pages, was running ads on Facebook for different clients. I was like, you know what? I need to expand my horizons. And I started considering e-commerce. 2019, get into e-commerce. Do 8 figures in sales. I was selling essential products and home goods. During COVID, it took off because everybody was focused on what? Sanitation and cleanliness. So I started selling sanitation products. But then all the advertising platforms, they shut down all the sanitation products because people were price gouging. They were taking it, buy low, sell high.
Yep.
Social media platforms didn't like that. So I said, let me repurpose my products and sell them to dogs. So now we're selling sanitation products and household products without talking about, COVID or things of this nature that were not allowed. Did 8 figures, grabbed all the profits except $10,000. And in the COVID March crash, we put all of our money into crypto.
I remember that. I remember I think it was around $4,000, $5,000 Bitcoin.
No, I didn't buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin wasn't my main purchase. My main purchase was ETH.
Oh, really?
ETH was $100, something along.
Why ETH and why not Bitcoin? If you had made 8 figures, took the profits, and
because I just experienced the bull run that ETH absolutely took over.
Yeah.
So I was like, what are the multiples? The multiples, I was looking at $100 ETH, super cheap, had gone up to 1,000 or 1,500. I was thinking 15x. I was like, bro, this is crazy. And it did a 40x. It was crazy.
That's mad.
40x? I think it was a 40x.
Something
from
like
1,000 to 4,000 change.
Yeah.
From 100 to 4,000.
Yeah.
That was the bull run. So was able to capitalize on that, did extremely well, and made my money in investments. So took some investments, made money in crypto, got into private equity, invested in some deals. And then I decided to reopen Capital Club, which I had opened up in 2019. And then I decided to open it for more entrepreneurs. And I was like, hey, you know what? In order to attract entrepreneurs, I guess I got to make some content. So I started making some videos on the internet, and here we are today. But mostly in crypto, man. Just really enjoying my time, seeing Bitcoin become normalized, and just being a guy that was able to make it out of the trenches because of the digital gold rush that we're in.
Yeah, I think the first video I come across of you when you were making content is Luke Belmar visits Andrew Tate in Romania. Was that the title of the vlog, I think?
I think so. That was 2 years ago almost.
Yeah. So that was
a while ago.
I'd probably come across you before that as well, but that was probably the main thing that actually took off alongside Andrew Tate's rise to fame as well and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, he had just gotten canceled, so I went out and visited him.
Yeah.
And they're great people, bro.
Yeah,
they're great people, and I mean, it's been so long. It's been 2 years, so hopefully they get out extremely soon.
I saw some news that I think Romania have dropped the case and they're free to leave, I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I haven't kept too much on of it.
But hopefully
we'll see what's what. So you opened Capital Club in 2019. This was before your e-com store and before you invested.
This was during the success of e-com.
Okay.
But then the bull run rolled around.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm either going to focus massively on community. I'm going to take advantage of the opportunities in crypto. And I said, I can't focus on both. Everybody was launching communities, right? And that's how they were making money. I'm like, no, it's not for me right now. I need to focus on my investments. That's what I did. It was a great decision because then I had the liquidity to, during the bear market, actually focus on building the foundation of what today is one of the biggest entrepreneur networks in the entire world.
Yep.
And now, once again, my focus is Capital Club. My focus is my community, content, and obviously crypto because I'm a crypto nerd.
Crypto guy at heart.
I like it, bro. You know what I mean? Here's the thing. Today, the beauty about Bitcoin, the beauty about crypto, the beauty about decentralization is the fact that you own all of it. If you put money in the bank today, the government can take it, the police can take it, the bank itself can freeze it. You don't own it. Your debit card can stop working. Visa can kick you. If you're a payment processor, they can tell you, hey, we're no longer processing your payments. There's too many middlemen that are owning your actions, and they realize the power. Bitcoin allows me to send you $10 million without asking anybody for a couple bucks. Okay, I understand if there's gas fees, I'm paying for security, I'm paying for reliability. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to pay percentages. I'm not going to pay and sign fees and waivers and make phone calls to move my money.
Yeah, sure, money.
People are programmed into banks being a requirement. Once you begin playing with these DeFi apps, you're like, oh shit, this is better than anything else. Look at Ton, right? Ton right now is building on Telegram. I can send you $1 million via USDT to your Telegram username instantly for zero. I pay nothing and I can send you money. Now, okay, cool. For us, we're in the West. We're chilling. I got Venmo, I got PayPal, I got Cash App. But what if you're in Africa? What if you're in the Philippines? What if you can't get a PayPal account? Or even, what if you have to send money to a friend?
Yeah, not even that. Or even international transfers itself. You know, I've done transfers from UK to US. And the long procedure you got to go through and the questions you got to answer is just long, bro.
So imagine I have Telegram. You have Telegram. Hey, yo, what's your Telegram username? COcast? Okay, I owe you 30,000. No worries. Here you go. 30,000 USDT straight to your Telegram username.
Yeah.
What gets better than that?
No questions asked, nothing.
Nothing gets better than that. So why am I not going to use the best alternative? It might not be popular yet, but it will be. You just have to give it time.
All right. So I'm not much of a crypto nerd. So you're going to have to explain this for me, right? But some cryptos, they come out and they portray that they got some sort of utility and some sort of use case, right? Okay. Why fuck that straight away?
Because most of it is bullshit, dude. Most people are lying. You know why memes are great? Because you know what it is.
Yeah.
You know what you're getting.
You know, you're getting straight a meme.
No promises, no hype, no roadmap 2045.
Yep.
No, we're going to build the next decentralized computing, blah, 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 blah. Most of the foundational stuff in crypto has been built. The tech is there. People are just trying to recreate old success. Yeah, there's going to be competitors. There's going to be things that are going to approach and roll out. But a lot of the things inside of crypto, they're scams. The teams, they're fraudulent. I try to talk to the teams that I put my money in, because with crypto, if you're a large influencer, you have a lot of followers, people will pay attention to you. So I have the open door to a lot of these projects. And sometimes I peek behind these projects that have great marketing, great ads, great graphics, incredible website, white paper that is amazing. And then I talk to the marketing guy. He has no marketing plan on user acquisition. Okay, great. You have a product, but nobody's going to use it. Why are you worth $1 billion? You know what I mean? So the scam isn't whether the thing works or not. It's what it's intrinsically worth versus what it's valued at. And all the things that are holding up that fake value, the VCs, the exchanges, the people that are holding on to all these tokens. So what you see is retail getting dumped on because retail can't get the initial bids. They can't be the initial buyers. That's why meme coins work so well, because the retail guys, they can jump in from the beginning. They can jump in from $1 million market cap.
Yep.
Here, I have to jump in at $1 billion market cap when it gets listed on Binance. And that's so the players, the savvy players, are realizing that they can make their own game.
Yeah.
And they don't have to do all the labels and all the bullshit and all. There's a lot of great projects in crypto, but most of them, project of quality or not, have no desire, no ability to acquire and retain customers. Would you prefer holding some random AI coin, or would you prefer holding Doge because you understand the momentum, the culture, the people behind it? I know it sounds crazy, but that's the world we live in. Would you prefer holding Dogecoin or the Zimbabwe dollar?
But correct me if I'm wrong. Something
Would
like
you prefer
Dogecoin.
holding the Dogecoin or the Zimbabwe dollar?
Probably Dogecoin. Yeah.
So which one's the meme coin? Which one's the shit coin?
Yeah.
Which one stores value? Which one can you trust? That's what I'm saying. Like money, the definition of money, how we think of finance, how we think about trading, how we think about crypto, everything is a big fat illusion. The only thing that is actually real amongst most of these things is probably Bitcoin. It's the realest thing that exists probably in the world when it comes to money.
I get what you're saying, right? But the thing is with meme coins, as much money as you can make from it, you still can't trust it fully because you don't know which way it's gonna go. You don't know what's gonna happen. You know, someone might invest 10K and then lose it.
You have most of your money in British pounds though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Why do you trust it?
I don't.
But then why do you have it there?
Well, I don't have most of my money in my actual account. I put it away in investments, whether it be watches, whether it be property.
Okay, so
like
it's
that.
different stuff that's producing stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's the name of the game.
Yeah.
Because once again, the British pound or the US dollar, you do know it's a fuck up because you know that the dev is going to continue printing tokens, right? Dollars. You know that they can at any moment freeze the ones that you have and that they can send X amount to anybody for any reason, aka Ukraine 200 billion, right? Just mint tokens and send them away. So you can't trust that currency. So now the question is, what can you trust?